Hello everyone, it's another first few pages Friday for my elementary students. And today I have the book 10 Rules You Absolutely Must Not Break If You Want to Survive the School Bus by John Grandits and illustrated by Michael Allen Austin. Now this book is an AR book. It is quiz number 144346. It's got a reading level of 3.2 and it's worth half a point. It was the first day of school, and my brother, James, was walking me to the corner where the school bus stopped. I'd never taken the bus before, and to be honest, I was a little nervous. But James was a school bus expert, and he promised to help me out. "Pay attention, Kyle," he said. "Don't walk on people's lawns. They don't like it when you do that." I jumped to the middle of the sidewalk. "And don't get to the bus stop too early. That's always a mistake." I gulped. "What kind of mistake?" "But don't get there late either. You'll get left behind." My stomach turned over in one of the nature shows I watch on TV. A young Canadian goose got left behind when the flock flew south for the winter. I think it froze to death. Too bad James wasn't taking the bus with me. Last year he rode the bus and Mom walked me to school. Then we moved. Now he gets to walk and I have to take the bus. James had told me all about riding the bus. He said if you weren't careful, you could get laughed at or yelled at. You could get pushed around or even pounded. Big kids would steal your lunch and your money and even your football card collection. Sometimes I wondered if he was exaggerating a little. But if even half the stories were true, I was in trouble. "So what am I supposed to do?" I'd ask him. "Just think of what I'd do and try to act like me," James had said. "And always, always follow my rules." He called them the 10 rules you absolutely must not break if you want to survive the school bus. I was going to follow every one of them. I didn't want to get pounded. A couple of kids and their parents were already at the bus stop. There was a house with a fenced-in yard on the corner, and inside the yard there was a dog barking like crazy. I couldn't see him, but he sounded like an Arctic wolf that hadn't eaten all winter. The fence looked old and rotten. "Better stay back," said James. "That dog sounds nuts." "No lie," a big kid said to my brother. "I heard he ate a first grader last year." Everyone moved as far away from the fence as possible, even the grown-ups. But I had bigger things to worry about than some dumb wolf dog. I had to ride the school bus all alone, by myself, surrounded by kids I didn't know. Suddenly, there it was, the school bus, charging right at me like a giant yellow rhinoceros. At the last second, it jerked to a stop. The door swung open. Man, what was that smell? Last year's barf? James waved and walked away. That's when the big kid pushed me aside, knocking my backpack to the ground. By the time I'd picked up all my stuff, everyone else was on the bus. I climbed on board. The driver was nasty looking. "Hurry up, kid," she said. "I don't have all day, you know." The first row of seats was empty, but I kept going because of Rule 1, never sit in the first row. The second row was filled, and the third row too. There were kids of every size and shape and color on the bus, and every one of them was staring at me. I felt like a zebra at a lion party. The 4th row was filled. The 5th, the 6th. Oh no, every seat was taken except in that last row. But I couldn't sit there because of rule number 2. Never sit in the last row. I thought maybe I should go back to the 1st row and break rule 1, but then I'd have to walk by everybody again, and I'd break rule 3. Never ever make yourself stand out in any way. And that's where I'm going to stop. Now, if you want to finish this book, this is going to be in our elementary library. It's one of our brand new books that we received as part of a grant from the Institute of Library and Museum Services from the State Library of Ohio. The grant was the Celebrating Ohio Book Awards and Authors, COBA. And this book is available and ready for checkout. Learn the rest of those rules.